Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn grade 8 geography lesson number 3 mineral and power resources. Before starting this lesson, I'll- I would like to ask three questions with regard to this lesson. Now you are not able to know that answer, but after finishing the lesson, you can easily find out the answer. Okay, the first question. Name two parts of Western Australia where large deposits of gold is found. You please listen ma. Western Australia. Second one. What is the difference between metallic and non-metallic minerals? Third one. Which conventional source is called buried sunshine? Okay. Let us go to the lesson. First one. Mineral and power resources. What is a mineral? Mineral is a naturally substance that has a definite chemical composition is a mineral. So minerals has a definite chemical composition. It was said there were over 3000 different minerals. How many? 3000. On the basis of the composition, minerals are classified mainly as metallic and non-metallic minerals. Metallic and non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals contain metal in raw form, and then non-metallic minerals means it does not contain mineral. So the metallic minerals are they are example iron ore, magnesium. The non-metallic means limestone and mica. So the minerals are two types. One is metallic and non-metallic. Then again the metallic minerals are divided into ferrous and non-ferrous minerals. Ferrous minerals like iron ore, magnesium and chromites contain iron. Then here non-ferrous minerals. What is non-ferrous minerals? It does not contain metal. The fuels like coal and petroleum are also called non-metallic minerals. Again, the minerals are two types. One is metallic and non-metallic. And then metallic minerals are divided into ferrous and non-ferrous. Now, the minerals can be extracted by mining, drilling, quarrying. So there are three types of mining. What do you mean by mining? The process of taking out minerals from rocks buried under the earth's surface is called mining. What is drilling? Deep wells are bored to take them out. This is called drilling. Minerals that lie near the surface are simply dug out by the process known as quarrying. So, normally, extraction of minerals are three types: mining and drilling, quarrying. Then the mining are two types. One is open cast mining, another one is shaft mining. What is open cast mining? Minerals that lie at the shallow depth are taken out by removing the surface layer. This is known as open cast mining. What is shaft mining? That means deep bore called shaft have to be made to reach mineral deposit that lie at great depth. This is called shaft mining. So open cast mining is not a depth one, but the shaft mining is a depth one. Next we have to see distribution of mineral. Distribution of minerals in the world level. Distribution of mineral in the world level. China and Asia. China in Asia continent level. Asia, China and India have large iron ore deposits. Then Asia has have more than half of the world production tin. Then China, Malaysia and Indonesia are among the world's largest leading tin producers. Next, we have to see Europe continent. Europe is the leading producer of iron ore. Leading producer of iron ore in the world. Then the countries like Russia, Ukraine, Sweden and France. There also we are found in what is it? Large deposits of iron ore. Next we have to see then North America. In the North America, we are having the three zones. One is Canadian region, Appalachian region, and another one Canadian Shield region. So the three regions in the North America was, what is it? First one Canadian region, Appalachian region, then Canadian Shield region. The Canadian region and Appalachian regions have large deposits of iron ore, nickel, and uranium, and Canadian Shield region has gold. Next, we have to see South America. In the South America, Brazil is the largest producer of iron ore in the world. Brazil is the largest producer of iron ore in the world. Then Chile and Peru, leading producer of copper. Then Africa. Africa is the richest in mineral resource. It is the largest producer. It is the largest producer of diamond, gold, and platinum. Then oil also found in Nigeria, Libya, and Angola. Then Australia is the Australia is the largest producer of bauxite in the world. It is the leading producer of gold also. Kalgoorlie and Coolgardie. Kalgoorlie and Coolgardie are the areas of the Western Australia have the largest deposits of gold. Then a green diamond is the rarest diamond which was found in the Africa. It was mentioned there. Next, Antarctica. In Antarctica, coal, then Trans-Antarctic Mountain, it was known as potential resource. What do you mean by potential? It has to be used in future. It has to be used in future. And in the Trans-Antarctic Mountain, iron near the Antarctica is forecasted. It was forecasted that gold and oil also present in some quantities. So the world distribution of the minerals. Next we have to see the distribution of minerals in the India level, our India level. So the first one, mica. Mica, mica was found. Deposits are mainly occur in Jharkhand, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Goa. Then we have to see bauxite. Bauxite is major bauxite producing areas are Jharkhand only. Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Then copper. Copper it is mainly produced in copper as well as manganese is produced in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh. Then limestone. Limestone in Karnataka. Limestone major producing in the Karnataka also. Next we have to see Karnataka and Andhra and Odisha gold. Gold in the Kolar mines in Karnataka. Then salt, Sambar Lake, coast of Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. So the distribution of minerals in India. Next we have to see uses of minerals. So what are the uses of minerals? The minerals are used in many industries. Iron for industry, machinery and bridges. Then copper for wire, utensils, pipes and coins. Petroleum is used for transportation and chemical industry. Then gold for jewelry. The uses of minerals. Next we have to see the conservation of minerals. What is conservation of minerals? Minerals are a non-renewable resource. It takes thousands of years for formation and concentration of mineral. The rate of formation is much smaller than the rate at which the humans consume this mineral. It is necessary to reduce the wastage in the process of mining. Recycling of metal is another way in which the mineral resources can be conserved. Next, we have to see the power resources. The power resources means power or energy plays a vital role in our lives. We also need the power for industry, agriculture, transport, communication, and defense. So, here the conventional means it is a traditional. Conventional means traditional. It was used for a long time. First, we have to see firewood. The firewood it is widely used for cooking and heating. In our country, more than 50% of the energy used by villagers come from firewood. But what is the disadvantages of this firewood? Because it causes pollution and then It collecting it is the collecting its time is consuming, and it promote the promote the greenhouse effort and also deforestation. So the firewood is the cause pollution. Next we have to see coal. This is mostly abundantly found fossil fuel. It is used as a domestic fuel in industries such as iron and steel, steam engines, and to generate electricity. Then the coal which we are using today was formed millions of years ago when giant ferns and swamps got buried under the layers of the earth. Coal is therefore called as the buried sunshine. So coal is called as the buried sunshine. Next we have to see petroleum. Petroleum is the word which was derived from Latin word petra. Petra meaning rock and oleum means oil. So petroleum means rock oil. Petroleum means rock oil. Here it is found between the layers of rock and is drilled from oil field located in offshore and coastal area. It is sent to refineries, which is the process the crude oil and produce a variety of products like diesel, petrol, kerosene, wax, plastic and lubrication. Petroleum and its derivatives are called black hole because from petroleum we are getting so much things. That's why it was called as black gold. Then in India, where it was, the leading producers in India are Digbai in Assam, Bombay High in Mumbai, and the deltas of Krishna and Godavari river. Next, we have to see natural gas. Natural gas is found with the petroleum deposits and is released when crude oil is brought to the surface. It can be used. It can be used as a it can be used as a domestic and industrial fuel. So here the natural gas we are getting from the when it was released from the when taking from the crude oil. Natural gas, this is less polluting. This is led to the tapping of various non-conventional and it is have a less polluting only. Next we have to see tidal power. Tidal power means the rainwater or the river water is stored in the dam. Is made to fall from height. The falling water falls from the high height and it falls through the pipe inside the dam over the turbine blades. It placed at the bottom of the dam only. The moving blades then turns the generator which in turn produce electricity. 1/4 of the world electricity is produced by tidal power. This is called hydroelectricity. The water discharged after the generating of electricity is used for irrigation. Next we have to see next we have to see non-conventional sources. So conventional sources over, next non-conventional. Non-conventional sources means that the increase their uses environment pollution. There is a need for using non-conventional sources such as solar energy, wind energy. First we have to see solar. Sun's heat and light energy can be filtered, but solar energy trapped from the sun can be used in solar cell to produce electricity. Many of these cells are joined into solar panel to generate power for heating and lighting purpose. For heating and lighting purpose only. Solar energy is also used in solar heater, solar cooker, solar dryer, besides being used for community lighting and traffic signal. The solar energy, what is the disadvantage? It is very expensive. It is very expensive. And then that's why the people hesitate to have. Next one, wind energy. In the last itself we have learned wind energy and the wind farm. So the wind energy is formed when the strong wind get from the near the seashore and the coastal side. In modern time, windmill, the high speed wind rotate the windmill which is connected to a generator to produce electricity. Then where the wind farms or the windmills are found located in coastal region and in mountain passes where strong and steady wind blows. Strong and steady wind blows. Here next we have to see the nuclear power. Nuclear power. The nuclear power is obtained from energy stored in the nuclei of atoms of naturally occurring. These fuel undergo nuclear fission in nuclear reactor and emit power. And emit power. Then these fuels undergo and had a react to emit power. The greatest producers were USA and Europe only. It has a large deposits of the uranium. Thorium is found in large quantities, and in Tamil Nadu, the nuclear power station is India are located in Kalpakkam. Next, we have to see geothermal energy. Heat energy obtained from the earth is called geothermal energy. The temperature in the interior of the earth rises steadily as we go deeper. Sometimes this heat energy may surface itself in the form of hot spring. This heat energy can be used to generate power. Geothermal energy in the form of hot springs has been used for cooking, heating and bathing for several years. USA has the world's largest geothermal power plant. Here in India, it was located in Manikaran in Himachal Pradesh and Buha Valley in Ladakh. Next, we have to see tidal energy. Energy generated from tides is called tidal energy. Where it can be. Tidal energy can be harnessed by building dam at narrow openings of the sea. During high tide, the energy of the tide is used to turn the turbine installed in the dam to produce electricity. And then here in our India, Gulf of Kutch in India have a large tidal mill farm. Next we have to see biogas. Organic waste such as dead plant and animal material, dung and kitchen waste can be converted into gaseous fuel called biogas. The organic waste is decomposed by bacteria in biogas to emit biogas, which is essentially a mixture of methane and carbon dioxide. Then here it emits gas and it has been used for fuel, cooking and lighting and produces huge amount of organic manure. Then what is the disadvantages of the biogas? Because the biogas causes greenhouse effect, but it is only low cost only and easy to operate. So the starting itself I took the three questions. What's the answer, ma? Name the two parts of Western Australia where the large deposits of gold is found. It was where? It was Kalgoorlie and Coolcarley in Australia. The second question, what's the difference between metallic and non-metallic mineral? The metallic minerals contain metal and the non-metallic minerals do not contain metal. Next, the third question is, which conventional source is called buried sunshine? Coal. Because it was buried under the earth for a long time, but it have a luster and shine. That is why it is called as buried sunshine. Thank you.